Hey guys, it's Bree, and today I want to do my part 2 of my Polycystic Ovary Syndrome awareness videos. I want to touch base on the psychological effects of polycystic ovaries. So polycystic ovaries has been linked to mental and emotional disorders such as depression, anxiety, panic attacks, loss of concentration, fatigue, and stress. The biggest thing for stress is coping with a large variety of symptoms that polycystic ovaries brings. It is really individualized, but there's a fair few common symptoms that most of us share. I find that stress over a long period of time definitely takes a toll on your well-being and overall health. I find that I stress so much about lots of different symptoms of polycystic ovary, such as my weight gain and my hair growth especially, and then even just having cysts and having pain that stresses you out and affects your day-to-day life. It affects my work, lack of sleep, my self-image, self-worth, and then also it's really affecting my relationships because I'm so paranoid about certain things and it's affecting who I am and it's changing who I am because I'm not able to be myself around my partner and my friends and family because I'm constantly battling with myself and my thoughts. So when I was first diagnosed, it was a lot of emotions all at once. It was sort of shock, disbelief, upset. I went into like fear and depression that I was not going to be able to have children, and that, you know, I was infertile and I could not get this fixed, and my only option was hysterectomy because that's what I was told. And I still fear now that I'm not going to be able to have children, or that I am going to struggle and it's going to take me a long time, and I really think that's the worst thing that gets to me because having children for me is the most important thing in my life, and I feel like I'm going to be a burden on my partner because I'm not going to be able to have kids, or I'm going to take ages to conceive, and it's going to cause me a lot of stress and it's going to cause me a lot of anxiety and pain, and that's going to reflect into my relationship because I will reflect that back on them, and I won't know if I'm going to have trouble with pregnancy or infertility or anything like that until I start trying, so it's going to weigh on my mind for the years to come until that happens. And I feel like that's the worst thing for me because it's just not knowing, and I want to know. Another thing with polycystic ovaries is my weight. I sort of plateau at a certain weight, and I try exercising and different foods in my diet and all that kind of stuff, and I lose a little bit of weight, but then I plateau, and then I might gain a little bit back, and then I lose some, and it's just a constant battle. And my body for me is the worst thing for my relationship because I am that self-conscious. I have low self-esteem, I hate my body, and I can't be myself around my partner. Like, I don't want to do certain things, or I'm really shy, I don't want to show my body, and I feel like that's really bad for my partner because I'm holding back and I'm not giving my full potential. So not only then am I worried about my body and hate how I am, then I'm hating that I'm bad for my partner, and it's just a constant cycle of negativity in my brain. And I can't fix that straight away. Like, I'm working on my body, but that takes time. It's going to take a lot of time to find what suits me and what fits my lifestyle and what works for me. So I'm hoping that my partner is like going to be able to accept that and understand that. I feel like the journey of polycystic ovaries is really long, and it's super frustrating because it's so complex and not very well researched yet, and there's not a lot of things to help with symptoms. I think it's like a big learning curve, and you have to constantly educate yourself and support yourself and find support groups and talk to people that have found things that help, and you've got to really branch out and reach out for help from other people that have the condition more than the professionals that are researching into it. And another big one is my hair growth. My hair growth is crazy. I have to shave my legs every day. When I used to wax my underarms, it would last like 2 or 3 weeks without hair growth. Now it's about 2 to 3 days. So I'm constantly waxing. I get chin hair every day, hair on my lip. I'm constantly plucking my chin. It is horrible. I hate it. But what can you do? And the biggest thing with that is like when a guy's staring at my face for long or like touching my face, I get super paranoid and worried, like, oh my god, is he going to spot a hair or something like that? And I just have this massive complex about it, and I just worry all the time when I'm like being intimate that someone's going to see a hair, or I've missed a hair, or it's going to be gross. And there is avenues around that. I've heard of all this electrolysis stuff and laser hair removal and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, I need to look into it eventually and stuff like that, but it's just until you get it all under control and work out what's good for you, it affects your mental health. But there's, yeah, so many symptoms of polycystic ovaries now that I have that really make me feel down about myself, and I just get into a spiral of negative emotions and don't know how to get out, and I'm just slowly working out what I can do to try to reduce the symptoms and make myself feel better about myself. But it's a long process. But I just want people to be able to realize that there is ways around things, and there are people that are going to help, and there are people going through similar things, and that we should all talk about it and get together. I used to be someone who never talked about my feelings to anyone. I was always the person that people came to, and I would never talk about myself. But now I think having polycystic ovaries, I'm trying to put myself out there and talk to people and get to know other people with polycystic ovaries, because it is so much better than being alone in this. But for me, the emotional aspects of my symptoms are much worse than the symptoms themselves, because I'm just getting into a state of depression and it's not good. I can deal with hair, I can rip that out, you know, weight loss, I will get there eventually. Infertility, I don't know, I'll get to that bridge when it comes, but like my emotional state is affecting so many things. Like I'm not sleeping very well, I'm getting less motivation to go to work, I'm getting like upset, and I'm not giving my relationship my all, and I find that really bad. Like I don't want to be a bad person for my partner, and I don't want to be this negative Nancy. But we will all get through it together, and I want you guys to talk about it with someone. Comment below. Just get out there and do research and learn the best you can about polycystic ovaries, and branch out to people. If you think that someone is depressed or having a rough time, talk to them, ask the question, are you okay? Don't just let it go, do something about it. Sorry guys that this video was a little bit dark and gloomy today, but it is a part of having a chronic illness, and it needs to be out there. The world needs to know. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.